10 years is an opportunity to learn a lot. Don Hardman, who is in the audience today, he was part of the 15-year class when he got our program going Thursday night. And during his presentation, he just shared 5 or 6 lessons learned from his 15 years in the industry. If I said to each of you, what's a lesson that you've learned post Ohio University that maybe you could share with the students today? What would that lesson be? Maybe something that wasn't in the curriculum, but you learned the hard way, or you're part of something that now you're back and you can share that now. What would the lessons be?
I think obviously networking is personal. Like that is the key thing that is preached by this organization. The network is to keep in touch and to do the emails and to really shake hands and kiss babies. One thing I learned though is it's beyond going to a convention and dropping your business card in the fishbowl for a free lunch. I think that there's something to be said for the sustenance of communication and the keeping in touch. It's not burning bridges. It's such a small world out there that one thing I've blown in my long history and storied career is that I have kind of the people that I worked with 10 years ago, 9 years ago, kind of lost touch a little bit, and I'm mad at myself for that. And I think it's so important that the networking is a full sort of a thread that goes throughout your entire career. I think it's just so important to send an email once every 3 or 4 months to that boss you had 8 years ago, or that friend you met at work 7 years ago, and just kind of stay on the radar screen, kind of keep in touch and check in, because you never know when it's going to come back full circle. Opportunities arise. I just think that it's this day and age with communication being so easy with email and texting and Twitter. It's just so easy to just drop a little line once in a while. Send a Hanukkah card, even if they're not Jewish, just for the heck of it, and just stay in touch, because it's the networking we talk about it so often is when alumni are here for alumni weekend. Oh my gosh, get out there and shake hands and meet people and look them in the eye. But it's not a one-day thing. It goes throughout, and the networking is also about keeping those relationships alive and not burning bridges and just kind of keeping yourself sort of on radar screens and out and about.
10 years of wisdom. Another lesson that you'd like to share as a panel.
I'd just say that, it's tough. Nothing, speaking from my experience, nothing was handed to me at all. I really got a unique one-time opportunity where, someone opened the door for that final chance, that chance I was looking for and wanted. And, I wouldn't let that door shut. I took it and ran with it. And it wasn't, the best job. It wasn't exactly what I saw myself doing, but it was that opportunity. And I think, a lot of you will be in that same situation where you might have your first opportunity. It might not be exactly what you wanted, or at that, exactly where you want to live, exactly what you think you should be paid. But you kind of have to do a gut check and say, hey, I'm going to take this opportunity and make it into what I really see myself being.
Dave, what I'm hearing you say, though, part of that lesson is humility, and we brought the students down to Pinehurst a couple years ago. Do you mind sharing with the group some of the early entry pay that you made and just paying the dues?
I guess, I can't tell you how many times I thought to myself, like, what am I doing? Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing this for? But those first couple of years were tough, Actually, I got hired by an alum, Reg Jones. I had talked to him in February while I was a student here, and nothing was available, nothing developed. And, going back to what Josh did, I had stayed in touch with him and John Wagner. And, finally, it was like August after I had finished here, they called and said they thought they had something that I was interested in. But, it was something like, I can't even remember, like, $8.50 an hour. They were going to put me up in this. But they were going to put me up in an apartment, which I thought, Pinehurst, North Carolina, it can't be bad. It was like this studio thing with a single bed and a fridge. But it wasn't kind of what I envisioned. But those first years were tough. I obviously got married 2.5 years ago. And, I probably put a lot of things on hold that other people might have not to get to where I needed to get to.